Joe Biden robbed the working class of America. Okay, so Joe Biden has robbed workers in America from supporting two bills. PNTR, which stands for Permanent Trade Relations. Wait, PN Permanent Normal Trade Relations with China, and NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement. Both of these bills have been god awful uh, for all working Americans. It has moved uh, good paying jobs, millions upon millions of good paying jobs, and moved them to places like China. It has moved our medical supply chains over to China. And there's some guy that's responsible for it, and we all know that person is Joe Biden. Joe Biden voted for both of these bills, and Bernie Sanders voted against them. Now, who should we be voting for, knowing this information that we know right now? It would never, if people were reasoning honestly right now, and not thinking emotionally, and not thinking irrationally, and not thinking nostalgically, if people were genuinely reasoning honest right now, it would be Bernie Sanders. Because this is why people voted for Trump in the first place. These awful trade deals that the Obama administration took part in, that Obama and Biden have voted for and proposed all along the way. Even before Obama, Biden, Joe was voting for these horrible bills. You have to understand, Trump is the blowback because of these horrible trade agreements. It makes perfect sense that people voted for an outsider like Trump because they didn't want to be sold out anymore from these establishment Democrats. So going into the 2020 election, the electorate is going to remember who sold them out with these two awful bills that Joe Biden supported. And they're going to say, I'm not voting for that guy who sent my job to China. I'm not going to vote for the guy who sent our crucial medical supply chain factories over to China, and we're in the middle of a pandemic right now. Thank you, Joe Biden, I guess. No, they're not going to do that. To prop this guy up is just, there's a litany of reasons why Joe Biden is just horrible. Horrible. When it comes to his voting record. That nobody, even people who hate Trump, won't vote for Joe Biden. I'm one of them. I despise Donald Trump. But I can't stand Joe Biden. I can't in good conscience vote for someone like Joe Biden, knowing all the horrible things he's done, in particular these two bills, PNTR and NAFTA. It has sold out so many Americans, so many good paying jobs. I cannot in good conscience vote for this guy. In the primary, it's Bernie Sanders all day. And once again, if people were reasoning honestly, if people were really focused in right now, which they are not, we have a pandemic going on, we live in a heightened state of anxiety and paranoia, the human mind can't process, these deep political nuances and just objective truth that Joe Biden voted for these two horrible bills. No one's really paying attention to the past. We're very hyper-focused on the present right now. And it's going to be detrimental if we don't realize that Bernie Sanders is the guy for us here, the guy who wants to bring the supply chain back home, the guy who voted against sending good paying jobs over to China where they pay someone $2 an hour. It's so obvious. It's so painfully obvious that Bernie Sanders is the better choice. He's better on healthcare. He's better on wages. He's better on trade. He's better by every metric available. Okay. Yeah, Joe Biden has experience being vice president. Okay, that's big. I'm not saying that's not big. I'm not saying that's nothing. But other than that, Joe Biden doesn't have what it takes. He does not have the political will to do what is right. He is a corporatist. He will listen to the corporations and their needs first. He's already sold us out. So what makes you think he's not going to do it again? You're just going to enable him to do it again. You know how empowered Joe Biden's going to feel? They're like, wow, I sold these people out. They're going to vote for me again. Ooh, wow. I must be doing a great job. I don't want to be cynical here, but we get what we deserve if Joe Biden gets the nomination and loses. We deserve it. Because to not recognize Bernie Sanders as the best candidate for this time and place is just stunning myopathy. Stunning political and moral myopathy like I've never experienced before. It truly does, I don't want to simplify, show how stupid Americans are. By and large, how dumb Americans are when it comes to making the right choice for the working class in this country. It is just omnipresent. I know they bet it all on Trump, and that's been a failure. But when you look at Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, the choice is clear. It's so clear. It is so absolutely clear who is better when it comes to policy. It's very befuddling. But anyways, Joe failed us. He will fail us again. Why would I vote for that? Are you going to vote for Joe Biden if he's the nominee? Let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell, and I will meet you in the comments. Also, wash your hands.